Yes everybody, welcome back into the channel. We are starting a brand new mini-series. It's going to be the Premier League transfer window. My take on what your team should do in this upcoming transfer window. There's some teams that have just come up. Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland. What are they going to have to do to try and stay in the Premier League? But there's other teams. My team, Aston Villa, we didn't get Champions League. We're going to be struggling to bring in big names. We've got to reach PSR regulations. We have to sell players. Arsenal need a striker. Man United need an overhaul. Man City need an overhaul. There is going to be 20 different individual videos. But the first one we're going to be starting off with is the Gunners. So welcome in everybody, and like I said, the first team we are going to be starting off with is the mighty Gunners, Arsenal, and we know there is definitely work to do. After a season with so much optimism at the start, they were challenging for the league title, they went in deep to the Champions League, everything kind of just fizzled away in the end. They're ultimately finishing the season with absolutely nothing to shout about at all. But if we have a look at the squad, there is a lot of players, a lot of dead wood that can leave Arsenal, and they can get some good money in for these players, free up some wages and bring in some quality. Now, starting off straight away, Neto and Sterling, we're going to leave the club. They are not going to be of any use. So Arsenal straight away will need to bring in a backup goalkeeper. Both the left backs, in my opinion, Zinchenko and Tierney. Tierney's already gone on a free transfer, and Zinchenko he's more of a bit part player, and if you want to challenge at the very top of world football, you're going to need to get a much better left back than that. Of course, they have got Calafiori that can play out there, but he's not really suited to that pitch. That part of the field. Regarding the loans out, Tavares will still get a nice fee. Lokonga, Nelson, Vieira, Marquinhos. I can pretty much expect all them to potentially leave on permanence or maybe extend their loans. But as you move down the Arsenal team now, I think Thomas Partey, people like Kivior, Jorginho, where has he gone? Trossard as well, have all got something to offer this team, and they are good quality players, so I reckon we're definitely going to keep those around. But where Arsenal will definitely be lacking is in the striker department now. Jesus constantly injured. I think, if I was in charge of Arsenal, I would look to maybe offload him, lose a little bit of money, but get him off the books. And they've still got Kai Havertz, but for me, would you class him as an elite striker that's going to win league titles, win Champions Leagues? No, I think he's more of a shadow striker, false nine. Maybe in a cam role he's more suited to, holding up the ball and giving possession out wide, or maybe feeding it into the striker, much more suited to that area of the pitch. But like I said, there's definitely a lot of players that can leave the football club, and there's work to do. In real life, we know Arsenal are very much in the fold for people like Gyökeres, Osimhen. I've heard Watkins again is being rumoured around. I'm a Villa fan, and if I was Arsenal, I would absolutely swoop on him. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. But enough said, we know what we've got to do. Let's just try and get some of these players out of the football club now, and then we'll have a look and have a scout around to see what we can bring in to try and get this Arsenal team ready for the new upcoming campaign. So we have managed to shift out as much as this deadwood as physically possible. So Neto and Sterling, both their loans have cancelled. We've brought back all the players that were out on loan: Tavares, Lokonga, Nelson, Vieira. But anyway, Zinchenko is left for £16 million. And these fees, I have used the editor, but I'm just trying to judge it as sort of what I think they'd still fetch in today's market. So Zinchenko going to Leipzig for £16 million. Tavares, after a successful loan spell, joining Lazio for £10 million. Lokonga going back to Villarreal for around £8 million. Reece Nelson, I still think he's a very good player. He's young, and I find that a lot of young players that go to Germany really tend to flourish. So Bayer Leverkusen swooping on in there for £18 million. Vieira going to FC Porto for about £18 million again. Marquinhos bought in for £3 million, sold for £6 million to Benfica. And Gabriel Jesus leaving to Saudi Arabia, £30 million. Now Arsenal did pay 45, so a slight loss on him, but for a player that's always unfit, injured, not ready for game time, I think it was great to move them players all along. And yes, that's the deadwood well and truly gone from the football club. All the bad apples, some of them terrible loans, all gone. But now the exciting bit, our attention turns to bringing in the right players for the right price and getting Arsenal to the next level, ready to win major trophies. So we know where we are with the outs, but it's time for the ins. We had £200 million to spend. We've spent a big chunk of it. We've got 62.5 left, but we've bought in some fantastic players. And with Jesus leaving, which I think he needs to, they needed someone that's got some quality, Premier League experience, and we've gone for Ollie Watkins. I reckon they'd get him in, the sort of region of 30 to 40 million pounds. You can see he's Tom at Villa, always finishing double figures, and I think with the kind of quality that behind him, like Saka, Odegaard, that sort of player, will be able to get a lot more goals out of Watkins. I think he'd be a very shrewd signing, a good bit of business for Arsenal. But anyway, on the left-back position, Zinchenko and Tierney both leaving. That means a couple of places was opening up. So we've welcomed in Theo Hernandez for £50 million. French international, great defensively, superb going forward. And like I said, I don't think it'd be that hard to try and pry away from AC Milan. Serie A, not the best league in the world. If you get an opportunity to play in the Premier League, you're going to want to go. Arsenal can obviously offer his wage that he wants. I think it'd be a very good signing indeed. And the bit of cover in that area, Anthony Robinson, USA international. He's been solid for Fulham for the past couple of seasons. He's got bags of experience, and he will be able to do a job if called upon. Really pacey, good defensively, can recover if he makes a mistake, and also quite decent going forward as well. So I think, anywhere from 15 to maybe 25 million, I think Arsenal could probably get him off Fulham, and they'll cash in accordingly. With Neto leaving, it didn't really leave us with much cover in the goalkeeper department. So I think a player of this quality, Dubravka, once again, years and years in the Premier League. Newcastle spent a loan at Manchester United where he didn't really do anything at all. But if there's an issue with David Raya, he can step in. He knows what he's doing. He's an international, and like I said, he comes with that experience. I think you'd get him for a very small fee as well. And I think from like £3 to £5 million would be a nice signing. Good backup goalkeeper for Arsenal. And the last player so far we have bought in, this guy has lit it up at Bournemouth this year, and Bournemouth have been a real surprise package throughout the season. And when I've watched them on TV, this guy, Justin Kluivert, he's electric. He gets the ball down, he runs at people, he takes them on, he's not scared to pull the trigger, can thread the eye of the needle ball, really good player. They got him for 9.5, and I think with a right offer, sort of 20-30 million pounds to Bournemouth, they're going to accept that, they're going to bite your hand off, but he would be an absolutely superb addition to this Arsenal team. So if we have a look now at potentially what they could look like going into next season, Raya in goal, Theo Hernandez at left back, Timber at right back, Gabriel and Saliba at centre half. They don't need any changes there. They've got some quality, and them two have just been absolutely elite. In midfield, they've got plenty of options. They've got Jorginho, they've got Partey, the Rice, Marino. There's some real quality, but Declan Rice and Mikel Merino in the middle of that park could really dominate any game at all. On the left-hand side, it's still going to be Martinelli, Saka on the right, Odegaard in that cam role, and Watkins up front, but then we still have got the cover then up front of putting in Martinelli or even Kai Havertz as well. And the same goes for both sides on the wing as well. Saka could switch sides, they've got Trossard, then you've also got Justin Kluivert to step in, and he could be a game changer off the bench, no doubt about it. You bring him on with 20 minutes left, and he's electric. He's definitely going to cause some problems for any opposition on their day. So overall, I think that would be a very successful transfer window for Arsenal. A lot of the dead rubber out the football club. Some really exciting players coming in. But don't be scared. Drop it in the comments. Any Arsenal fans out there, do you not want to see Watkins at the football club? Would you rather have a Victor Osimhen turn up? Maybe a Gyökeres as well? You tell me what you think. But personally, that squad there, that team lining up is absolutely frightening. They've got quality from back to front. There's quality in depth as well to come onto the field. And I think it would literally light up the Premier League and potentially could take Arsenal to the next level of one day winning the Premier League, or dare to dream, you Gunner fans out there, a Champions League. We are going to work our way through every single Premier League club, 1 to 20. And when it comes to your team, don't be scared. Shoot me straight. get it in the comments and let me know if you wouldn't be happy with that transfer window or you would, as it's going to be a really fun series this is. I'm looking forward to making it, and I can't wait to see what you guys think. As always guys, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't be scared to get involved in the comment section when your team comes along. If it's a great comment, I will reply, I will respond. If it's a bit of a shitty comment, then I probably won't respond. But anyway guys, until next time, FM Rage is out of here.